Well, 2023 is starting to get really, really busy. You would think that with interest rates going up and down, and again, all these talks of, inflation and everything, that things would be slowing down, but they have not. And I just kind of wanted to check back in with you guys and give you again, some relocation tips. I'm going to give you my 5 best relocation tips that are current right now as we head into the summer. So let's get after it right now. Hey everybody, I'm Emily. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Florida, and I live in the Tampa St. Pete area, and this channel is dedicated to everything having to do with the real estate market in the central west coast of Florida. So if that resonates with you, I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And then after watching this video, if you like it, hitting that thumbs up really helps me out a lot as well. Not to mention, if you're looking for a real estate agent in the Tampa St. Pete market and you need some help with your relocation plan, I'm your girl. But I can't help you if you don't reach out to me. My links are below. You can text me, you can email me, but the best thing to do is to just go ahead and click my calendar link and jump on my calendar for a 30 to 45 minute call where we can kind of get to know each other and talk about your plan. So today I wanted to revisit my top 5 tips for making relocating to the Tampa St. Pete market a little bit easier. This is always going to be an ever-changing thing because, as the market shifts, we have to shift with it. So I just kind of wanted to give you some things that I've been noticing people talking to me about, the questions they've been asking me, and I've been dealing with a lot of, YouTube clients that aren't necessarily ready to buy right now, but they're starting their plan. And so if that's you, no matter where you are in your planning process, it's best to get the ball rolling. So how do we do that? Well, we're gonna talk about it. So my step number 1 is renting. I'm getting a lot of feedback from people saying that they've decided to go ahead and rent for a while, wanting to check out the area. They don't want to make a hasty decision on buying a house in an area they don't like. I'm actually dealing with some clients right now that got talked into a property in the northern part of Tampa, and they are not in the mix of all the fun activities and they want to be. So we're going to make that happen for them. So we don't want that to be you. So I've got a couple of tips about that. Again, when it comes to renting, at this point, real estate agents, they can sort of assist, but if it's in the MLS, if somebody has listed their rental property within the MLS, they would have to have an agent do that or be a licensed agent themselves, which can happen. But again, they don't really pay us. There's no commission for that. There's like a small, and I'll be honest, it's anywhere from $75 sometimes to $50. And I've never even seen it gone up more than $150. So as you know, we can't really give you any more resources than the MLS. Go to hotpads.com, go to apartments.com, look at property management companies as well. So the rental market right now, it's going to be really tough for an agent to help you out with. But if you are looking to rent in the area, and you're looking to buy sooner than later, you might want to look at seasonal rentals or those short-term rentals or a 6-month rental, the Airbnb and the VRBO or Verbo as people call it, or again, going back to, just do a normal Google search of property management companies in Tampa, St. Pete, and see what comes up. A lot of times they will post, their short-term rentals as well as their seasonal rentals, and sometimes their month-to-month or 6-month rentals. And a lot of times you can get them furnished, and then that gives us enough time where you don't feel rushed to figure out the area, which we're gonna get to in a minute. I always get ahead of myself. Step number 2. You gotta find the right agent. Again, getting lots of feedback from you guys. And again, I really appreciate you following my channel and taking your time to reach out to me. And I love working with my YouTube client.
I appreciate you.
I'm actually getting people now, I'm the second call they make because they might not have vibed with the other agent. Here's the deal. If you call me, you're gonna get me. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be on the call with you. Yes, I have a team and I have people that help me when I get busy for showings and that sort of thing, but I'm with you from start to finish. Even if it's new construction, I'm with you from start to finish. This week, I have a closing in Lakeland for a new construction home. I didn't even go on the appointment with them, but we had already been seeing homes in other areas, and so I'd already built that rapport with them. So they put me down as their agent, and then I was able to help them with the transaction so that we could get to the closing table on time with no hiccups, and it was great. So that's an ideal situation, but I am with you the entire time. Again, an agent is like any other business relationship or relationship in general. Who you're gonna get is what you see right here is what you're gonna get. Now, if you want somebody a little different than me, then you know what to do. But if you're looking for somebody that's a little bit more customer service driven and I'm more interested in helping you get what you want than what's in it for me, then give me a call. I'd really love to help you. Don't be afraid to do your research and your due diligence on agents. Do some research, see what's going on, ask questions ahead of time. If you don't feel right about that agent, you can always ask them that if you can think about it. I don't ever want anybody to feel like they have to come to me or feel pressure to work with me. If after our call, it just doesn't vibe for you, that's totally fine. It's more important that you feel comfortable putting your trust in the right agent. So make sure you take the time to find the right agent that's gonna work with you. Because let me tell you, to me, my clients, this is a lifelong relationship. You stay in my thoughts and in my prayers and in my holiday card list, so you can't get rid of me. My step number 3, it's never too soon to get a lender. Here's the deal. First, they need to be a licensed lender in the state of Florida, and some that are national, working for national companies, can provide that. But not all lenders are made the same. So a bank lender is going to be different than a broker. A broker is going to be able to shop a better loan for you, better rates. I work with brokers. So I have a lender that I like to work with. I have several that I work with. I have my preferred lender, and usually on a call, if you have checked the box that said, I need to speak to a lender, he'll come on for the first 5 minutes of the call and introduce himself. That way you can look in his eyeballs and check him out a little bit. And then you can also ask questions free of charge.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
So that's just something that a little value add that I, drop in there for you so that you can get a little bit more information as we're going along. 30 to 45 minutes is a really short amount of time to really talk things out. So I'd rather to, plop my lender in that call as soon as we can, get your questions answered. And then from there, we springboard off of that. So then I put you in touch with the lender, or you get in touch with the lender that you prefer. And then we want to talk about rates. We want to talk about locking in rates. Do they offer locking in rates for 30, 60, or 90 days? What happens if the rates go up? Can you buy down rates? These are the questions you need to write down that you can remember when it comes time to speaking with a lender. We also want to see where your credit score is. That's also going to determine your interest rate. So make sure that if you have some big chunks on a credit card, you start paying those down. Even if you're a year out from moving, you want to get your credit score to the highest points as possible, because that's going to help you when it comes to interest rates. And educate yourself. Ask the lender tons of questions. What's the difference between an FHA loan and a conventional loan? And which way should I go? What happens, when Emily and I find a house, and what is that escrow money deposit like? How much do I have to put down? What is my down payment? Your debt to income ratio is going to determine what kind of loan you get and how much you're going to have to put down. A lender is going to give you that information. Now, my lender, he will work the numbers backwards. So let's say that you have a budget number in mind. Then he's gonna do the reversal math on that to help you get to where you are, and then he's gonna see if you could qualify for that amount. So it is important that you get a lender involved as soon as you can, because that's gonna help you with your plan. Let's say that your credit score is out of whack, or your debt to income ratio isn't where you want it to be to make that payment exactly what you want it to be. It's better to know early, right? I'm working with a gentleman and his wife, same thing. They are pre-planning. Every step of the way, every couple of months, we check in. How's that down payment coming? How's that credit score coming? Where are we with the interest rate? As we get closer, let's lock that in. So everybody has their own timeline. You don't have to go by my timeline. I want to work with you right away, but you may not be ready for that. So I do want to set you up for success. So getting that lender involved early on is absolutely key. And tip number 3, this should be obvious. At this point, after you've decided whether you're going to rent or not, if you've talked to a lender or talked to an agent first who's going to introduce you to a lender, and that way you know your budget. That's going to help you determine area. And the only way to determine an area is to come and visit. I can tell you all day long over a Zoom call the areas that I think you might be interested in, but in reality, you need to come drive those neighborhoods. So when we get on our first introductory call, we talk about areas and I have you make a list. And when you get closer to visiting, we might have an additional call where I help you actually take the map and tell you where to go. And then we use the MLS and some of the homes that you like so you can go check out those neighborhoods and see if you actually like the neighborhood. Because 9 times out of 10, a couple more houses might pop up in that neighborhood once they hear what that neighbor got for their house. So you really want to drive it. You really want to get submerged into the area. You may think after watching videos you're going to like this area, but then you come and you drive it and you don't. And then you end up liking this area and you never thought you were going to like that area. So it really is personal preference. I can only guide you so much. You're going to have to come here and drive around. And I, again, will help you with that. And tip number 5, don't go away because I do have a bonus at the end. Number 5, you've got to do your research, people. I only can help you so far. You're gonna have to use that wonderful search engine called Google.
Welcome to Google.
That everybody knows, as well as YouTube, and do your research. If you have questions about interest rates, if you have questions about, insurance, flood insurance, that sort of thing, do your own Google searching, and whatever you come up with, you can always bring back to me or your agent and say, is this accurate? Is this accurate? Is this right? Because again, there are going to be people that are going to use scare tactics to get you to watch their YouTube video to talk about insurance and things like that and try to scare you away. In reality, we still sell homes all day long in flood areas. People buy flood insurance. It doesn't break the bank. Unless you have $1 million waterfront on the Gulf, that's going to be a significant amount of flood insurance. So these are those little things you're going to want to do your own research on so that you can start to educate yourself. I had somebody the other day on my YouTube channel get mad because I said HOA, and they're stop talking and realtor speak. Here's the thing. Google it. HOA, real estate. What does that mean? Homeowners Association, right? So most of us know that, but that's just an example. If you are unclear about something, again, let's use Google. It's right there. It's at your fingertips. It's on your phone. It's on your tablet. It's on your computer. But you can always send questions my way. I usually like to at least establish a relationship with you first, and then we can kind of go forward about like, hey, I saw this on the MLS, and what do you think of the neighborhood? That sort of thing. That happens all the time, and I do that quite frequently with people. So don't be afraid to do your research and then come back to me or your agent and say, hey, what do you think about X, Y, and Z? We're here to help.
Always.
All right, so I kind of jumped the gun on the bonus. I kind of leaked it out, but I wanted to share with you a big bonus tip is about locking in interest rates. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, sneak preview, but that is something that you always want to ask the lender, especially right now while we're having an influx of interest rates. They're going up, they're going down, they're going up, they're going down. And especially as we're heading into the hot summer months and everybody's coming here to take a look at properties, and the interest rates are going to probably start to dip a little bit, but after fall, they might go up. So if you're looking to purchase maybe in the fall, you might want to lock that rate in as soon as possible. So again, lock in your rate. Ask your lender about that. Ask if you can buy down points. Don't be afraid to ask your lender a ton of questions. So of course I could give you another 5 tips on relocating to the Tampa St. Pete area, but I don't want this video to be too long. But I hope these tips helped you. I have another video I did about 4 months ago about tips as well. You can check that out. We'll put it up here for you. Well, I hope this video was helpful. Obviously there's more than 5 tips I could give you, but I think that's a good place for you to start. And as always, don't hesitate to reach out to me if you're looking to buy, sell, relocate, or invest in the Tampa St. Pete market. I'm your girl, links are below. And as always, I really appreciate if you hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button and that notification bell. That helps me out a lot. And again, comment below if you have a question. I'd love to hear them and I'll try to answer them as best I can. So until next time, everybody, I appreciate you checking out this content. I hope it was helpful. See you later.